From TPN at Technophilespodcast.com, I'm David Geisler, and this is Branching Dialogue.
I just thought, I was really big into the Star Wars Expanded Universe at that point. It came out when I was in the end of high school mostly, I think, and I spent my spring break playing it.
It's the season premiere of Branching Dialogue, and this week, David and Tony talk about their top 3 favorite Star Wars games of all time. It's true, all of it. The dark side, the Jedi, the fact that this is Branching Dialogue's 41st episode. So, you know.
Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's show. This is Branching Dialogue, of course, episode 41. Tony, I am here with my co-host, Tony.
That's me.
Tony Rome, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
We haven't seen each other for like a month or so because we've had the holiday break here.
Right, we took a little hiatus.
Absolutely. How were your holidays?
They were good. We, nothing eventful happened. No one died. No one had any major fights. We're good. Yeah,
same here. It was a pretty good holiday season. We're kind of trying a new format here this season. I think this might be fun.
Right. I hope it's fun. Otherwise, it will be terrible.
We'll see. We'll see if this works. We're even thinking about maybe there's going to be times. Basically, you and I are going to kind of steer the ship here with the show. We're both going to host this thing, and frankly, there might be times where you're hosting, might be times I'm hosting. Right. Most of the time, we'll be together, and then some of our old cast members, we can have them on as guests for the rest of the season.
Surprise entrance.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I think it'll go well.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Tony, something else happened over the holiday break.
That's right.
That we want to talk about tonight. What happened?
I believe there was a little movie, you may have heard of it, called Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Oh, that's right. A small
indie film came out. Oh, wait, no, it broke all the records to opening movies and total gross.
I love that, that statistic. It's not a statistic, but the statistic where technically Episode 4 is the most successful indie film ever made. You know what I mean?
Right.
But anyway. That's potentially debatable, but it is something to think about. When it was first being made, it was like this weird little low budget whatever.
Right.
And now it's like steered the way for mega blockbusters for the rest of the times.
For all of eternity.
Indeed. So, did you play anything interesting over break?
I just finished up Fallout and played a lot of Hearthstone. I got to rank 5 last season, which was pretty impressive. It was my best so far.
That's cool. You're getting close. You're almost amazing.
Right.
Or are you amazing already? I don't know the scale. The scale.
I'm amazing, but I'm only passable at Hearthstone, I guess.
Sounds
What about you, Dave? What have you been playing?
Man, so there was a Steam sale, and I gotta admit, I saw a trailer for Lego Jurassic World. Jurassic World, it was a love-hate relationship for me with the movie. I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan.
Right.
And so when I saw that this Jurassic World was coming out for like Wii U and all the other systems or whatever, I thought, oh, that's kind of fun. But then I paid more when I saw the rest of the trailer, I guess you could say.
Right.
In the trailer, it was revealed that Jurassic Park, Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3 are all part of the story mode.
So that's pretty exciting.
It's amazing. And I shouldn't even say just the story mode. There is open world Isla Nublar. There's open world Sorna for all the different renditions of the movie. So you can just literally take like Chris Pratt's character and Alan Grant and grab Jeff Goldblum and throw them in a truck and drive around the brachiosaurs. Like it's very... I gotta admit, it's pretty fun. I bought it on Steam for like $15. It was a Steam sale.
That's a steal right there.
I plugged in a PS3 controller and it works great. I've been playing it on my Mac.
Nice.
It's been fun. Those Lego games are, it's sometimes a little embarrassing because they seem simple, and I mean they are simple, but that's not why I play them.
Right.
And I don't play many of them, but it's more like if you want to just nerd out on that franchise, let's face it, the 12-year-old in you like.
I have no shame when I talk about Lego games because
I appreciate that.
Because you like what you like, and sometimes you just want to go around, break all of the things on the screen, and then collect all the gems. And
I think the thing recently that they've really gotten right is that kind of ever since the Lego movie, but that might just be a coincidence, is this concept of like, let's just take all of it and mash it together. Like,
right, let's take all of our Marvel Lego sets and put them all together.
Yeah, absolutely. Like why would 20 years later Chris Pratt is on a Raptor next to Jeff Goldblum on a motorcycle and like and you just drive around and you have fun and it's a blast.
Right.
So anyway,
heartwarming.
I gotta admit, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I am having a lot of fun with it. So
Video games should be fun.
We're doing a little bit of like a top 3 episode tonight.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited about it. Obviously, it's going to be, well, maybe it's not obvious yet, but it's going to be about Star Wars.
Yep.
Our favorite Star Wars games. And what was your criteria for picking your 3?
So my criteria was were the games I A, played the most, and B, had the most fun playing because I
Yeah.
played them the most.
Yeah, we should be clear. I don't think, for me at least, it wasn't what I think are the best 3
Right.
Star Wars games.
Right. There are
Because
definitely going
Battlefront's
to be...
looking pretty great, to be honest.
I have some omissions that I think people will
I have a few honorable mentions here.
shake their heads at.
So for me, it was like most played or favorite at the time, or
Yeah.
affected my life, exclamation points in my life
fun,
type games.
fun story around it.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, why don't I get things rolling here?
Yeah, go ahead.
And as we go through this, if you want to tweet us at Branch Dialogue or throw some stuff down in the comments, if you strongly disagree with us, let us know. If you totally agree with us, let us know. And if there's stuff that we didn't even think about, let us know. Because
Especially if you strongly disagree, because
you know what
I'll
might
fight
be
you
fun
on
is
that.
we can take that and build maybe our own little like top 10 out of
Yeah.
that or something.
Yeah.
I want to see, because it's different for everybody. That's the weird thing about Star Wars games. There's so many. Some of them are ripoffs, some of them are totally original, and everybody likes different ones.
Some of them are great, some of them are just awful.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so I'll get started here. My first one is Super Return of the Jedi for Super Nintendo. And it came out, Super Return of the Jedi came out, it was the third game that the LucasArts team had done of those like side scrollers.
Right.
I think in a previous episode I talked about like the Indiana Jones one that they did after Super Return of the Jedi. They did all 3 Indiana Jones movies in one game.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones' Greatest Adventures. And, oh, my shoe is like squeaking here on the chair. And, Super Return of the Jedi came out for Super Nintendo. The 3DO was already out. Like, there wasn't quite a Nintendo 64 yet. It was on the way. PlayStation was on the way.
Right.
There was a couple
Kind of the last hurrah of the SNES.
There was a Star Wars game on 3DO that I thought was really cool, but I didn't have it. But it was around the same time that like those not the THX re-releases. Yeah, maybe it was the THX re-releases. The THX re-releases of Star Wars 4, 5, and 6 had come out, and it was like, remember, it was like Darth Vader, Stormtrooper, Yoda.
Oh, yep.
It was
I
like
remember
just
that
their
one
face.
now. Yeah.
But we were ramping up to like the kind of special edition.
Right, the 97 re-release.
Yeah, where it was like add in all the
It was the first time I ever saw it in theaters.
So you saw it with the extra effects.
Well, no, I saw the THX re-release when in like
we're the same
95,
boat here.
96, yeah.
Yeah, got it.
And then I saw it for the first time in theaters, I saw it in 1997.
Yeah, I guess that's true for me too. I took a date to Empire, and it didn't. She wasn't excited.
I took my
There wasn't a date too, I'll admit.
I took my 10th birthday party to return.
That is so much cooler. That is great. To return, Super Return. I mean, not Super Return.
No, to A New Hope, the 1997
Yeah.
New Hope. It was great.
With
Fantastic.
the exception of Jabba being in there, I didn't mind some of the additions. Tatooine gets a little weird, but
Yeah, it's a little bit CG and busy,
yeah.
but
The Death Star attack, I thought that was all pretty nice.
Yeah, it was fine.
So anyway, Super Return of the Jedi, I
Yeah.
loved it. It was really good for me, and it was a great game. And to this day, I still play it.
Oh, do you still play
So Tony noticed
this copy right here of Super Return of the
before
Jedi?
before the show, we've got systems over here that we play in the studio, and we turned around, and right there in the Super Game Boy, in the Super Nintendo, was Super Return of the Jedi for Game Boy, and it's slightly enhanced for Super Game Boy. It has like a special border and different
Right.
color schemes and stuff like that. And for a Game Boy port, these original Game Boy games, whenever they would port a Super Nintendo game over, it was either a hit or a miss.
Right.
And sometimes it was a real miss. But for the Star Wars games, it wasn't a straight port.
Right.
Like
They
the
had to make some adjustments.
They make some adjustments, but they honor the levels.
Right.
You know what I mean? So anyway, what's your third least of most favorite?
Right, my number 3 game comes in. We were actually talking about something along those lines earlier this episode.
What?
It's actually Lego Star Wars.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no way.
All right.
It was this and Lego Star Wars was the first Lego game.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
right.
They
They didn't even have the split screen mechanic. yet.
rather the first Lego franchise game because they were like regular, Lego City or whatever games.
I
But
have Lego Racer for the Nintendo 64.
That game is great.
It's
loved
good.
It.
The frame rate gets a little rough, but it's good.
Yep.
Remember, you could build your own car. Anyway,
I do remember. But yeah, I was a huge Lego kid, growing up. I mean, I find most of my
Myself.
friends are.
Yeah.
And I saw Lego Star Wars, and I think I was like 16 or 17 when it came out. And I was like, "What is this? This looks lame. This is dumb." I bought it. And I was like, "This is the most fun I've ever had playing a video game in my life."
yeah, it's probably the right time.
Yep.
And you were doing single player, or were you doing a little co-op?
I was doing single player mostly.
Yeah.
It was, it's just seeing all the sets put together, seeing this world that I love, Star Wars, in, just Lego and going through the stories as Lego Luke Skywalker. So
Yeah.
much fun, and you just run around smashing things. And
Smashing
it's great.
things. And I remember the first time that I played that game and I smashed something and then the bricks wobbled and I was
Yeah.
like, I can put them together as
Right,
something else.
I get to build into this
Yeah.
weird shape thing.
And they're all they're pre-animations, but it still was fun to do.
Right.
To unlock a secret or to get an item, sometimes you had to break something else and then
Right.
rebuild something else. It was a blast.
The only downside is you were forced to play Jar Jar because he had the high jump.
Yeah, that's true.
He
Did
was
anybody else have the high
no,
jump?
he was the only character in there. It
Was it a double high jump? Wasn't it like a double jump? Or
yeah,
was it just...
something like that. Yeah. But yeah, it was the first Lego franchise game, so there were lots of characters in it, but there weren't as many as there typically are now.
Yeah, right. In the first one, you're talking about like where they did 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
Then later they did 1, 2, and 3.
And then the first Lego Star Wars, I believe, was prequels, and then they did Star Wars the original Star Wars the original saga.
You are correct.
And then they did Lego Star Wars the complete saga.
Yes, you're 100% correct. Because I remember it was Ewan McGregor and Qui-Gon. They were like your start characters.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
That was
and
the
then
first
they
level
did
you played.
Oh man, I remember when 4, 5, and 6 came out. I have for the Wii, I have the complete saga.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It plays well.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm going to go to my 2 here. My 2 might be obvious. I really don't know, but for me, it hit me exactly at the right time. I just gotten my Nintendo 64. I had a couple games, and Star Wars: Shadows of the Empire owned my life for a while.
Oh yeah.
And you go back to that game now. Most of the time, sometimes you played in third person. Most of the time, I played it in first person. Sometimes you'd switch just to because you had to do some platforming or something.
Yeah.
It was way before dual stick controls. It was way before GoldenEye, at least with like the C buttons.
C buttons did something.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it plays like an old school first person game. It does not control fantastic at all. In fact, going back to it's a little difficult. But that game was so much fun at the time. Seeing these characters run around in actual polygons, seeing stormtroopers as polygons. And then I think I remember, of course, obviously there's the infamous Battle of Hoth.
Yeah.
That level.
I could not beat that level.
What?
Could not.
So have you not played other levels?
No.
In that game?
That's as far as I got. I mean, the game came out when I was, I think, 8.
Oh.
And so
I was definitely in high school.
Yeah. So like I'd be playing and I'm like, what do I do? I can't maneuver this.
Wow. Because I don't know if this is weird to say, but it gets better. I don't know. There's levels that are better and worse for different
Right.
reasons. But for me, there was a moment halfway through the game. You're fighting. Is it IG-88? I think that's the guy with the big, tall head. The robot.
The robot bounty hunter.
Yes, it is IG-88, right?
Yep.
So you're fighting him. You're on this train level, and the train level's okay. But then the train crashes, and you're in a junkyard. And it was the first time where in a game I was like, it was just me. I'm playing first person. I'm in a somewhat arena type set.
Yeah.
There's garbage piles everywhere. And so like we're coming out of Doom. Maybe I don't even know if Quake was out yet, but it might have been Quake.
Quake was out.
Yeah, okay.
Quake's pretty early.
So like, but it was still a lot of levels were hallways and squares.
Yeah.
A lot of levels in games were hallways and squares. This is like a junk pile. You can kind of go up some junk. You kind of can't. You can see through some of the junk because the 64 did that. I think it was called like trilinear bitmap interpolation. It was just something where it was like
some weird thing.
It was the thing that made like the grids that Mario grabs onto.
Yeah.
The transparencies in a polygon. It did that really well.
Yeah.
And it would alpha scale, like almost like a PNG or something like that. So like there's layers of garbage that you're seeing through. You're seeing IG-8 walk around and come
So this
at
is like
you.
the first time in a video game you've seen these kind of graphics.
Where I'm seeing these kind of graphics, and I'm going. It's the first time in a video game where I'm like, I'm fighting against. It's just me and legitimate AI. This AI like is scaring the heck out of me, walking around, hunting me down, genuinely hunting me. Like I'm not. It's not just AI where I'm recognizing the patterns.
Right.
Where I was feeling like fear. That's the first time, and it happened. Believe it or not, it happened in Shadows of the Empire.
That's awesome.
And that little battle at the end, I'll go back to that sometimes and still play it. Again, controls still totally broken, but at the time, it was amazing. And then you got that Dash Rendar ship, and it was like it was close enough to Millennium Falcon that it felt great because you know what I mean.
It looked like it.
Looked like it enough.
Right, enough.
I heard Shadows isn't canon anymore now, right? Isn't it?
No,
Legends?
it's done. It's out. Yep.
It's Legends.
It's in Legends now.
I had a good time with that Legend. How about you? What's your 2?
So my 2 is I'm actually going to segue a little bit because I talked about the Hoth level on Shadows of the Empire. I'm going to transition it to my favorite Hoth level that I was able to beat in Rogue Leader for the GameCube.
Yes. Okay. So Rogue Leader, which is Rogue Squadron 2.
Yeah, I don't even think it had like the title Rogue Squadron 2 Rogue Leader. It was just Rogue Leader for the GameCube.
I think it was Rogue Leader. and then like the subtitle was Rogue Squadron 2.
Yeah, something like that.
Doesn't matter.
But it came along at a time because I had played a little bit of Rogue Squadron on the Nintendo 64.
Yes.
And again, I was a child, so I wasn't good at it.
Right.
But by the time the GameCube came along, I, had developed my video gaming muscle skills. So I was able to play through it. It was amazing. I got to the Hoth level, and I started having flashbacks of me playing it, as a younger
64,
child.
yeah.
64 and Shadows of the Empire. And I was just like, oh no, I can't beat the AT-ATs. How am I going to do it?
They're scary.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how to do the tow cables. I'm like, wait a minute, I'll just read the controls and just do it. And then I did it.
Like a normal.
Right, exactly.
Like a kid just goes, I don't got it.
Right, exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah, and it was like Star Fox, but,
Yeah.
grown-up Star Fox.
Yeah, absolutely.
Star Wars Star Fox.
Star Wars Star Fox. You're absolutely right.
And it really gave me, it wasn't like an on rails type thing either, like Star Fox, but
It was all range mode.
Right, all range mode, every level, and it was great.
Yeah, it really was cool.
You really got to feel the
Remember the
controls.
training level in that game changes the time of day based on your clock on your
Yes.
GameCube? Like if you play at night. But they only did it for the training level, which is good.
Right. The training level, well, I mean, like, I hated the training level. The clock thing was cool.
Training level was horrible.
Right.
But it was cool that, like, you're like, oh, it kind of matters when I play. It subtly changes, It was kind of fun flying around. That was, I remember the C-stick would control your head. So you could look around your cockpit, or did you mostly play third person?
Oh, I played third person all the time.
So I think I'm like a first person kind of guy.
Yeah.
When I play racing games, I play first
I
person.
love looking at the ship while I'm playing because, like, I'm a big Star Wars ship buff as well. So that was my other favorite part.
Yeah.
Was all the different, like, I'm a big fan of the B-Wing, which is like a big, like, who likes the B-Wing, man?
Remember when like it pulls up and the guy starts telling you about it? B-Wing, blah blah blah, attack force.
Exactly.
And you're like, I'm so ready. And then you push go and it goes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was so cool.
It was the best. So let me go to my number one.
Yeah.
Because this is just appropriate now at this point. My number one is Rogue Squadron for Nintendo 64.
Nice.
And then I'll tell you why. It's the one Star Wars game that I ended up beating. I don't know if I actually beat Shadows of the Empire. I think I got close to the end, somewhere second or third to the end. But I beat Rogue Squadron. I played it a whole bunch. I was almost in 8th grade by then, I think, 8th or ninth grade. So I was like in it to win it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Rogue Squadron for the Nintendo 64 had it used the memory chip.
Yeah.
It used the expansion pack.
Yeah.
And so you could play it in higher resolution. And so once you did that, the frame rate would drop sometimes a little bit. But once you did that, it was like really, I felt like I was playing a game of the future.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it totally embraced that.
Those expansion pack games are...
They're better.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
And I think I got mine because of Donkey Kong Country 64.
Everyone got it for that.
For Donkey Kong 64. And then, of course, it transferred into Majora's Mask,
Yep.
which was phenomenal. And then the draw distance was a little further, and the resolution was higher for Rogue Squadron. And I remember Rogue Squadron for the 64. That was one where I genuinely played it many times. I genuinely went back to levels and replayed it. And strangely enough, when I went to Rogue Leader for GameCube, loved it, couldn't beat it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like 2 levels away from the end still. It's the big space battle. Like it's almost it's a trap space battle. Oh no, it's a trap is later. That's
Yeah,
the turn.
they just do you just blow up the first Death Star.
Yeah, for Death Star. First Death Star.
First Death Star.
I have a hard time. I don't know. But but it's great. That one's great too. But for me, Rogue Squadron was like my ultimate Star Wars experience so far. So what's your number one? I gotta know.
My ultimate Star Wars experience, and we're gonna have a little bit of controversy here, is Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Okay, tell me about it.
So
I mean, tell me about why.
Tell me about what. So it was my first like Western RPG that I had played basically.
Yep.
Because I at that point hadn't played KOTOR 1, and I just thought, I was really big into the Star Wars Expanded Universe at that point. It came out when I was in the end of high school mostly, I think, and I spent my spring break playing it, KOTOR 2.
Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah, sure, right.
And I just loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved the advancement. I loved that it was basically based on D20 D&D. You build your character the same way. You build.
Oh, really?
Yep. You pick.
So I've never played any of the KOTORs, but that sounds cool.
highly recommended.
It's just I never had the system.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's really
it's
all
available on your iPhone right now.
Seriously?
You can get
First one?
Yeah, KOTOR. You can play on your iPad.
That's kind of cool.
It's pretty sweet, actually. I was watching someone play it at the bar last night, or a week ago or so.
Yeah.
But
On screen controls?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Anyway.
But yeah, it was amazing. I love the progression. I love the story. I loved the it was the first game I played that had the good side light side dichotomy or good side dark side dichotomy. So like you played as a bad guy or you played as a good guy.
Right.
You could choose to be a Sith, which was like I was like, what? The dialogue tree, I loved it. It was really well done, and
that was the first. A lot of modern. That was really the first time we saw a lot of those things.
Right.
You're playing good, bad, or otherwise.
Well, KOTOR 1 was kind of the first one, but the KOTOR 2 was my first.
I meant that whole. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the major differences between 1 and 2 in your opinion?
Well,
because I haven't played
one is made by BioWare, 2 is made by Obsidian.
I didn't even know that.
Yep.
I thought it was BioWare for both.
Nope.
BioWare went on to do Mass Effect, of course.
Yes. Yep.
I thought they did 1 and 2 and then Mass Effect.
That's actually like Obsidian's claim to fame is they'll do sequels for people.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, they did Fallout New Vegas instead of Bethesda.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll take the engine and just keep working on it, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Is that how
pretty
it works?
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it a little bit different. Major differences storyline wise. 1 is a little bit more satisfying at the end. 2 kind of has a really crappy ending.
Do you think 2 was trying to go to a 3?
I think. Well, what had happened was 2 got cut off like in development. Like they had to rush it out to make the deadline, so content got cut. The ending had to get shortened.
Yep.
I don't think we're ever going to see a KOTOR 3 because of the Old Republic MMO, and that kind of took over for that. But I can dream.
Yeah. Did you play Old Republic MMO ever?
I did. I played it for about 2.5 years.
Seems fine.
It was good. It was like a different WoW for me. I still play WoW. I don't really play the Old Republic.
Yeah, people thought it'd be the WoW killer, but I think the mechanics are different enough.
I mean, everything's supposed to be the WoW killer.
Yeah, that's true. I have some honorable mentions. Oh, okay.
League of Legends was the WoW killer, but go ahead.
I have Pod Racer is an obvious honorable mention.
I totally forgot about that game.
Pod Racer
I played the heck out of it.
So I still to this day enjoy playing Pod Racer. Again, with the expansion pack, up the graphics and stuff like that. But ultimately, I had to go with Rogue Squadron because that was the one that I think I was like, that's where it clicked.
I must have rented Pod Racer from Blockbuster like 5 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
I played the heck.
I could be wrong.
Totally forgot about that.
I could be wrong, but Pod Racer might even run in 16:9.
Wow.
I think you can scale it out like GoldenEye and Perfect Dark and stuff. I had a few other, but do you have any honorable mentions?
I do. Star Wars Galactic Battleground, kind of the RTS of Star Wars. There was
that sounds fantastic. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's great. I loved it. I played a lot of it, but it's just kind of standard RTS, but with a Star Wars skin, which made it way cooler.
The Xbox Battlefront I enjoyed.
Yep.
That was good. Battlefront 2 or something. I have one of them. Mm-hmm. But it was right. I was playing online
a little bit.
I'm
not that into first-person shooters, so I don't really get.
So this is interesting. I don't really. It's weird. I like them. I don't have an issue with them, but I don't play them as much either. Even though, when I do racing, I play Star Fox in first person. I pause and I
That's weird.
I like it better. I know. I know. F-Zero is first person for me. There's something about it. Something about looking exactly where I'm going.
Right.
I'm okay with. But anyway. So yeah, Battlefront was pretty good. I don't know if I have any other real. I mean, when I was a kid, I got really excited about TIE Fighter. Looking back, the game was okay.
I never played it. It was out. It was before my time.
It was the first time we had vector.
Yep.
Polygon things.
There's a really weirdo Star Wars game that I want to mention.
Oh.
It's called Jedi Power Battles. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
It came out during the prequel, so it was capitalizing on look at all these other Jedi we have because we've never seen it before. So it was like Mace Windu and Plo Koon and Ayla Secura. It was a 4-player beat 'em up for PlayStation.
Oh, really? Kind of a brawler almost?
Yeah.
Almost an X-Men Legends kind of thing?
Almost, yeah. But except it was a little more linear than that.
Okay. Crazy.
It was fun, yeah.
Well, that was crazy. That's our picks.
Yeah.
So my number 1 was Rogue Squadron. Your number 1 was...
KOTOR 2.
KOTOR 2, fair enough. I genuinely think the new Battlefront looks great. I think I probably would have fun with it. If not, just play third person first, jump into a ship. It looks well done, I have to admit.
The game looks absolutely beautiful. The graphics are stunning.
Yes, that is true. That is true. And I tell you what, if there's another Star Wars side scroller that comes out, though, I'm going to lose my mind.
You are on it.
I'm going to lose my mind. I can't wait.
KOTOR 3 would do it for me.
KOTOR 3 would do it for you. I like it. Or an updated Pod Racer. Maybe we don't even need Pod Racer. Maybe I just like F-Zero games. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get out of here. Tony, if people want to find you on Twitter, they can do that.
I am at Blizzard Main.
Excellent. We love it when people tweet the show, as I said earlier, at Branch Dialogue. Or remember, you can find us on Facebook at Branching Dialogue by searching Branching Dialogue. Or go to our website, technophilespodcast.com. You can find us on YouTube, which you are probably watching us on right now. But you can find us there by searching Branching Dialogue or Technophiles Podcast Network. And I think that's it for now. We're on iTunes and Stitcher and all of that. All the places that...
All the places where the cool people are, that's where we are.
Like, I think that's in the show description when we had our like building the show, our show breakdown. It was like all the places where the cool people are. So
let's be there. Let's try to be there.
I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
So anyway, we'll see you guys next week when we're talking about something. It's going to be a topic episode. I don't know.
That's right.
We're talking about games done quick next week.
That's right. Awesome Games Done Quick just finished up 2 a.m. this morning. So we're going to be talking about it with Andrew Heggie.
Yeah, I think we're going to have
on. Worked there this week, past week.
What, I wonder if we could have that be one of these episodes where we go down to like Art Bar or something. The three of us hang out and talk about it. We could get just like a floating camera. We'll see. We'll figure it out. All right. Until then, guys, have a great night. And I'm David Geisler, and you can tweet me on Twitter, of course, at Raptor Paint.